Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to I'm going to explain you Mercury 4-stroke 300-350 Verado fuel supply module. So I'm going to focus that I'm going to show you how fuel supply module is working, what is the parts inside, and how you make it repair, how you clean the fuel supply module. Okay, here you can see here I have a fuel supply module. This is for Mercury 350 Verado. So I'm going to disassemble this one and I'm going to show you and I'm going to explain you what is the thing inside and how this thing is work. Okay, you can see here this is Mercury 350 Verado fuel supply module. So usually people call this one normally VST. VST mean the VST stand for vapor separate tank. So that is old name, and I think Mercury like Verado they changed the name like FSM. FSM means fuel supply module. So however I'm going to disassemble this one and I'm going to tell you little bit, and sometimes if you having a issue with your fuel supply kind of that situation, you have to remove this one and you have to check, clean, and make service. So I'm going to tell you how to do this one, and when you remove this one from the engine, first you need to remove this wire harness, and then the wire is run through this knob to prevent the water is enter into the engine cowling. So once you remove this one, that you can see here this connector is connected to the fuel supply and fuel return. So this connector is usually a quick release connector. It's not difficult to remove this one. Just you need to push this blue color or red color little like a button. Just you push this button, then you need to just pull out. And also you don't need to confuse that when you remove this one, maybe you might thinking this will be changed, because this every connector is different sizes. So every specific connector only fit only for that pipe only. So for example, you can see this one is height and thicker, and you can see this one is thinner, and this height is different. All this connector is only for the specific quick release connector only. So, and here side you can see this is I will show you after. This one is purpose for that one is cool the fuel inside. So I will show you that one after. So this is you can see here this is 7mm 8 screw. So before you need to you remove this one, and also you need to drain the fuel. Maybe you can make it like that. You can drain by from this source as possible. Then you can remove this 7mm screw. I already lose the screw because I need to show you, make it quick the video. And also one more thing I need to tell you, I just only put the here for the vise, but when you fix it to the vise, you need to be careful, because don't need to over tight, just only for your purpose. Actually I put this one for show you only, and also I put some cotton rugs to prevent any damage to the fuel module body. When you need to clean, or when you need to service the fuel supply module, actually it's not difficult. That you can do by yourself. Only few things you need to be careful. But if you need to troubleshoot, if you having issue with the pump inside, maybe you need some technical knowledge, and thing, now I already removed the screw. Then there's a gasket over here. So when you remove this from the tank body, so that time you need to be careful. You just try to move it. It's a little bit sticky, and you can find some place that become little loose. Then you can put a screwdriver, small screwdriver, just try slowly. And one more thing, don't push the screwdriver inside, so it will damage the gasket. Or so you have to be careful. Just try all around the body then hope it's done now. Okay, now I'm going to take it up, and also make sure you already drained the fuel, but still there's some fuel inside. This one I already drained all the fuel because I need to show you, but still there's a little bit fuel. Okay, first time explain you this fuel module tank. Okay, this is the fuel module tank body. You can see here inside there kind of copper tubing. So this is the purpose. This is the fuel cooler, purpose for cool the fuel. This is you cannot find every model. I think I'm not sure which model. If you see this one, this is for the purpose is for the cool the fuel. And also when you remove the pump, here inside you can see there's a fuel, and sometimes you can see dust and dirty and like some debris. Then you need to remove that all the fuel. Then you need to clean this tank. Okay, here now you have some people call also fuel pump. Normally, of course, that is fuel pump to supply. The purpose of the FSM is fuel supply module is supply the fuel to the fuel rail. So this you can see there's a two motor, two pump. One is high pressure pump, one is lift pump. First I will explain you every single thing. You can see this is the lift pump. So the purpose of the lift pump is lift the fuel, take the fuel from the fuel supply to the inside to the fuel supply module. So this one is these two, everything is controlled by ECM, engine ECM. You can see here this is the float switch. So this float switch is controlled by fuel level of the fuel tank. Once the fuel level is full, low, the ECM will give the supply to the lift pump. Then it will operate. Then it will fill the fuel from the supply to the fuel tank, fuel supply module tank. So once the fuel is full, the float switch is operate. Then it will give the signal to the ECM to stop the fuel lifting pump. The fuel lift pump is stopping. So that is the normally fuel lift pump is operation. So here you can see this is the fuel pressure regulator, and here the supply for the fuel pressure regulator. Sometimes this hose you have to replace. Sometimes if your fuel pressure regulator is fail and you having issue also, you need to replace the fuel pressure regulator. So this is the high pressure pump. This is the high pressure pump. This job is high pressure pump is supply the high pressure fuel stream to the fuel rail. So these two motor and this everything is controlled by the ECM. So the next thing is I will need to show you. You can see here a small strainer is screen, fuel filtering screen. So when you clean this one also, you need to remove this one, then you need to also clean this fuel strainer screen. Sometimes you can see here some debris, even you have filters, this you can see some debris, so you need to clean this one also. Okay, this is the fuel filtering screen. Sometimes you can see the debris here, you need to clean when you service this fuel supply module. Also, this is a high pressure pump. Also, you can see this lift pump. If you remove this lift pump from the body, also you can see here one more fuel filtering screen. Also, you need to clean this one also when you service this fuel supply module. Okay, that is the main thing I need to tell you. This is the commonly happening inside. Sometimes if you need to confirm that, if you have a doubt this two motor, that if you need to check individually, what you can do, if you have a 12-volt DC supply, you can give the DC supply to this connection here, then you can check the high pressure pump. And also, if you give the DC supply 12-volt supply to here, you can check the fuel lift pump. And be careful when you give the supply, because the fuel pump should be very clean, because if there's a fuel, it will make little fire, so you have to be careful that one when you check. So you can test by external supply if this both pump is motor is working properly, like that. Okay, if I show you the fuel float switch inside here, I hope you can see there's a fuel float switch. You can hear the sound if I move. And also, if you need to check this one, you can see this two red wire here. It's like orange wire. If you check the continuity of this two red line, so you can understand the fuel supply fuel float switch is working or not. While you checking by the ohm test, you can lift it, turn it up and turn it down. You can check the continuity, or you can check the ohm test. You can understand that the fuel floater is working or not. You need to put little bit grease over here before you put it back. Then this bolt also, you need to clean it up and put little bit grease before you tight the fuel supply module. Okay, finally, when you tight the screw, just put all the screw first, and don't forget to put little bit grease on the screw. Put all the 80 screw around, then you just tight by hand slowly until this you can see here this clearance will come all same. So once you can see everything is perfectly fit together, but you need to just tight little bit, like from here. If you start from here, second here, then here. After everything finished, you can put it back to the engine. Then when you put this quick connector hose, you can put little bit grease over here like this. Then you put the connector, connect the wire harness, then you ready to go. Okay, I just need to show you, just need to explain you how fuel supply module is working for Mercury 350, 300 Verado. This is I think 300 and 350 almost same. Inside the function may be little different, depend on the engine manufacturer here, and depend on the engine category, but commonly the system is I think same. So I hope you get some idea, and you can subscribe my video, and please leave the comments below, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.